well, they normally say kicks of a dying horse. So basically, I think Nyahama, we're not ruling them out because recently, Rua City, yes, they have been doing. I would say they have been. They've not been doing badly. They've been trying. They've been pushing and all that. So quite somehow, it could be an easy fixture, yes, for Rua City. But we are not ruling off Nyahama, much as they sit last on the log and all that. For the fact that a team was able to qualify to push through to regionals, trust me, they were the best in the league, they were the best in the region, they were the best in their town. Possibly that's why they actually got to where they are. But then if you look at Rua City, I would say they have been holding on to a couple of draws. Even the most recent that they played against the Nebi Central, they came up with a goal first, and then Nebi Central came in and equalized, and they failed to score a winning goal. And I remember that day we did in-depth analysis here, and I had given in a win. That is for Rua City. I think to me the odds were favoring Rua City and all that, but then they played an all-time draw. Remember that time? I think you gave them a draw, and it came to pass. So this time around, I think Rua City will be looking into actually picking in a win this time around, because they've had a couple of draws, and I'm quite sure they really would want to change their position. Apparently, they have 8 points, sitting in position number 3, which is not quite a very bad one, and playing Nyahama, which has 1 point. So meaning, if Rua City wins this game, they could possibly cross top of the table. They could be fighting with for the top of the table, somehow with the likes of the Black Angels and all that currently who sits on top of the table. So to me, basically still the odds are favoring Rua City. One, they are home. Two, the fan base, they're playing in front of their fans. They are playing on their own home grounds there, where they do trainings every day. This is a ground where they're acquainted to and all that. So basically I think it's a plus for there is a Rua City, unless otherwise Nyahama might come in and pick a draw.
Susie, I also agree with you. Rua City being the home side, the last 2 games we have said they have missed all picking draws, and most of in fact the last 2 games they have played not been against easy sides. You look at in the Bicendo, the last 2 seasons they have actually been making it to the playoffs. And you talk about the team of Pakwati Youngsters. This is a team of late that is proving to be hard to the most of the teams we have in regional league. I think I agree with you. This is going to be the time for the team of Rua City Football Club to bounce back and pick the win against the team of Nyahama. And Susie, also, apart from that, according to me, the biggest game today in Nyagaki Zone is actually the game between Paida United and the team of Pakwati Youngsters, because of the pedigree, history, everything these 2 clubs, of course, they are possessing. Pakwati Youngsters, the other time they were at home. This time they are taking a trip away to Darcy Zombo to take on the team of Paida United. And I am also smelling a draw in this particular encounter. Draws, and possibly I would, I think, agree with you, Benson, that I am equally seeing a draw here. Because one, if you look at the 2 sides, they are all okay. They are good. If you look at their positions on the table, they're fine. Look at player-wise. I tried to check through the squad and the camp. There was no injury list that actually I got and all that. The same with the Rua City that gets to play Nyahama. Rua City has a one red card case that actually is missing the second game today, and then I will be left to the 1 game to miss. Apart from that red card, I think Rua City is fully squad, and the 2 teams that are playing today equally, apart from Rua City, they're also good to go. So possibly this is going to be like a clash of the titans. It's going to be a very hard one, and I really wouldn't see any team losing out all the 3 points to the opponents. Let's keep it in a balance. We have already discussed the 2 encounters in Nyagaki Zone. Let's take this time the opportunity to discuss some of the games to be played in the 9 zone. Actually, the team of Coach Urban is having a game up against BK City, or as you can call them, Barakala City. Coach, of course, is their away team, and Koboko Rising Stars, they are maintaining their home ground and they are taking on the team of Araka. 2 big encounters. Coach away to BK City, a derby, and at the same time Araka traveling to Koboko to take on the team of Koboko Rising Stars.
I think Koboko Rising Stars is not the Koboko Rising Stars that we knew during those days, the Airtel games and all that. So basically, Koboko Rising Stars wouldn't be a threat, but for the fact that they are home, they become a threat.
Yeah, true.
But if at all it happened that they were the visiting side, trust me, there is nothing that there is nothing to be worried
worried and scared of from Koboko. And then BK City, by the way, they're doing quite so well. They are one side to actually look into. There is a BK City. They're doing so well. If you look at there is their position on the table. They sit in position number 8 with 4 points. And then that quite is because the people ahead of them have 5 points, 6 points, and then the number 1, number 2 have 10 points each. So basically, if they win this game, it gets them to a better position. That's why I'm saying BK City is quite doing well. By the matches, they sit in position number 8, but position number 7, 6, 5 have only 5 points. And then after that, they have 6 points. And so basically, it's not a bad position there is, according to me. And trust me, Benson, I think today we might be seeing a lot of draws. Yeah, because look at the teams. Look at the teams. They basically, to me, they have the same strength.
True.
They have the same strength. They have all good players, proven players that can manage the league and all that. So possibly, I think on Monday, when we return, we'll be discussing in a lot of draws in regional league results.
I think we need to summarize the entire games starting from today and tomorrow in match day 5. We have already given some of the games, taking a look at the entire fixtures. Arua City, like we have just been discussing, is having a game up against Nyahama. Pakwat's Youngsters is taking a trip to Paida United. Pakwat Super Eagles, meanwhile, is entertaining Nebi Central, and Yumbe Heroes, of course, is taking a trip away to Odamachako, and Koboko Rising Stars. They are maintaining their home ground, and they are taking on the team of Araka that comes from Yumbe. And the last game to be played today is actually Nile Zone between Kotsi as they are traveling away to BK City. Taking a look at the games to be played tomorrow, Paida Black Angels is having a game up against the newly promoted side called Zeus Central. It's a derby because they all come from Zombo. And the Padera Rising Stars is also traveling away to Pajob United. Meanwhile, Kluva Rainbow, another derby coming tomorrow between Kluva Rainbow and Alpha Rising Stars. And Yumbe Hospital, they are traveling away to Tipsa, the team that's sitting on top of the log in Nile Zone. And MTCFL coming from Moyo is having a date with Total that comes from Yumbe. And the last game to be played in match day 5 is tomorrow between Ajuman Town Council and the team of Nyai Youngsters. Nyai Youngsters is actually a team that is under Koboko DFWA. Just the highlights of the table standing in Nile Zone. The team that is leading the race is the team of Tipsa, and in Nyagaki Zone it's Paida Black Angels. Susie, let's talk about the game, the biggest game which will be happening in the region. I'm talking about the game of Ondo Paraka against Ndeje. We are not talking about the regional league, we are now talking about FUFA Big League. Ondo Paraka, in the recent game they played, they were on the road away to Lugazi. In the game, they were beaten by 2-1, and this time they are returning to their Olmai Stadium called Ababet, and they are still unbeaten. That is the story behind this season as far as the home history is concerned. On the Paraka, this time, taking on the team of Ndeje. Ndeje is sitting in the relegation zone. They are actually the second last team with only 7 points. Meanwhile, Ondo Paraka is at number 9. And of course, they are having 12 points. You look at the statistics, you look at the head-to-head, you look at the recent form. So Louis said that this is going to be the upper hand for the Caterpillars.
Benson, if you look at these games, probably Ndeje, we've seen Ndeje these days are coming up to win games. They are now fighting hard, and they have not started. It's not so late for them, by the way. I would say Ndeje is fighting hard. We saw the season started really on a very bad notice. That was a foundation, but then somehow they picked up, and they are doing very well. They are doing quite so well. So basically, I would say Ondo Paraka is fully prepared. Yes, Ondo Paraka is fully prepared to face there is the team DJ. I saw their van somehow moving. So probably they have arrived in town ahead of tomorrow's clash. Basically, since the season started, Ondo Paraka has never lost home, and they've never won away. So I think they are trying to compensate the away games or the away points that they threw away. When it comes to the home games, they collect all the They collect all the points. So basically, to me, Ndeje wouldn't be a threat there is to Ondo Paraka Football Club. One team news within the camp of Ondo Paraka is that there are no injury lists, apart from a few players that are away for family issues.
It's true.
The way for family issues could be sicknesses, could be a few things here and there that are yet to be sorted. But basically, to me, Ondo Paraka is full in their squad, and basically I think they wouldn't really there wouldn't really be a problem. There is to Team Ndeje, and I think Onduparaka is going to win that game at home.
Even Onduparaka is going to win the game, and they only had one injury concern, that's Bonga. According to the report we got this morning from their media officer, the team is the player Bonga is back, and Samson Sizo Okuti, according to the report, is also going to start the game, and that's a very big boost for the team of Onduparaka Football Club. By the way, the person who is going to be at the touchline is the newly brought man, the assistant interim coach. He's going, he's going to be the one to stand at the touchline to see that these boys, of course, they pick the maximum number of points. And equally, their captain Yakin is also optimistic that the team will be in position to grab the 3 points. And also, still within the region, in relation to what is happening within the nation of Uganda, Blacks Power, of course, the team that is sitting second on the log is having a date with Calvary. Calvary is taking a trip away to that Blacks Power, still coming back. Some viewers, of course, will also want to know how, of course, the team of Ndeje is performing, how they performed in their recent game. They were actually humiliated, thrashed by 4-1 at home by the team of Chinda Boys. That one is a boost for the team of Onduparaka. Unless they may mess in the game, otherwise I'm also seeing Onduparaka winning. But the toughest game seems to be that one of Calvary taking a trip away to Blacks Power.
Calvary going to Lira, trust me, it's going to be a very tough one. Yes, we've seen Blacks Power lose games home, but the games that they lose home are to tough teams. We saw them lose, I think they've lost so far about 2 games home. This time around, I doubt if Blacks Power would really allowed to lose home in the hands of Calvary. It's I would say it's a northern derby, it's a northern affair. Calvary is in Westnile, Blacks Power is in Lira, they're all in the northern part of Uganda. So particularly this is going to be a northern derby, a northern affair this time around. And I would say the PRO over there is not by the Black Angels. The Lira based side, the Blacks Power is my friend. There is a Calgary. Basically, I think the team is fully prepared. And according to the news coming in from Yumbe, that is from the Midigo side, they are fully prepared. They already traveled and reached safely. There is in Lira, waiting to jump into the clash with Blacks Power.
Yes.
Benson, Calvary is very slippery.
True.
Calvary these days, you cannot put your bet on Calvary. By the way, you're looking at an easy fixture for Calvary. You're looking at a fixture that Calvary is playing home on a team that basically Calvary would collect all the 3 points from. But you turn around at the end of 90 minutes, you find Calvary is being beaten at home, and they are giving away the bragging rights, all the 3 points to the opponent side, which basically is so heartbreaking, because really in big league, by the big league is very tough. Every team is looking into crossing over to the biggest style of football in Uganda. There is a StarTimes Uganda Premier League. So basically, Calvary, I think, is joking with their points at home. I don't know if I don't know why they're not picking a leaf from their brothers. There is Onduparaka, who is not joking with their games at home. So if you look at Calvary, they are very slippery. I don't know if I should say they are serious or what, but I'm so sorry for using those words on Calvary fans. But I mean on Calvary squad. Calvary traveling away to Lira. That's when I am seeing a defeat to Calvary.
Yeah, the recent game Calvary played was 1-1 draw they had with Mbale Heroes. Meanwhile, for the team of Blacks Power, they were edged by the team of Police, that's currently maintaining the log by 3-2. And we also have the derby day coming tomorrow, not the derby day, rather the relegation battle. Taking a look at the entire games, Blacks Power up against Calvary. Kataka is having a game with Lugazi. Another tough game we may talk about. Tigezi Homeboys, meanwhile, is taking on the team of Karo Karunji. Chinda Boys, they will take on the team of Boma. Meanwhile, Tetum is having a date up against Police, and Onduparaka, like we have just been discussing, will be testing the hostility of Ndeje University, and the relegation affair as battle between Young Elephant and Jinza North United. They are all sleeping on the red carpet, and as well, Kataka up against Lugazi.
Kataka Lugazi, I want to look at that very game. It's going to be a very tough one. Kataka is beating Lugazi, by the way. Recently, Lugazi just survived because one, they were home too. They are used to swimming. I'm sorry to say, they're used to playing in their muddy pitch. That is basically playing football in mud, because the pitch is sometimes gets waterlogged, just like Arena of Visions, the home of danger. A lot of pitch these days, by the way, gets waterlogged, especially when it rains. And basically that's how the traveling team, the visitors get to lose to the home teams, when if you weigh them strength-wise, you'll actually get to see that the visiting team weighs a little bit more compared to the team that is home. But then since the team that is home is used to playing in mud, that is how they always get chances. But this time around, I don't see Lugazi going past Kataka, trust me. Wonduparaka played Kataka home, and it was a very tough encounter, by the way. It was very tough. Kataka had actually come to Onduparaka to collect all the 3 points. But then Onduparaka also stood strong to that. About that game, I remember that game ended 2-1. But possibly if they could add in a little bit, a few more minutes, that game was going to end on a draw basis. And I think the two sides were going to share in spoils. But then this time around, I don't see Lugazi picking a point, not even a draw against the team Kataka, because they're a very tough side. They don't have any financial related issues. That is according to me. Finance-wise, they're okay. But team news, I think there are no injuries. If they could be there by now, they would have already availed us the injury list and all that. So basically, I am giving in my bet on Kataka. I don't see Lugazi picking a point on Kataka.
Kataka, they are the home side at Mbale City. Susie, we are still driving the lorry within the country, and let's now talk about the Star Times Uganda Premier League. Massive win for the team of Kasasiro boys over Gaddafi. They won the game by 6-1. And also, Ball, they are flourishing. They had a 3-0 win over the team of Wakiso Giants. They were away from home. And David Oboa this time picking his first win for the team of URA, beating Express by 2-1. Which win, of course, impressed you so much?
KCCA surprised me. That's why actually when I arrived here, it was the first thing I discussed with you off the cameras, because KCCA shocked me. It has actually, that win has also changed their position. They are now ahead of Wakiso Giants. They are now number 3 from down. Initially, they were down there with there is a Royal Soccer Club, our own side that is representing the whole of Northern Uganda in Star Times Uganda Premier League, by the way. Now they left that position somehow to there is Rua Hill, and then they came second from down, and then now Wakiso Giant even sinks slightly below them. And I think Benson, this is quite a very good one. This is a very good one. There is for a team KCCA beating in Gaddafi by that very wide goal margin. I think it's quite a very good one. Because one, it has changed the position on the table, and two, we could probably say their new coach is doing a very perfect job, I could say. Because the other day when they played Vipers, moreover Vipers was home. Who believed that KCA would come up and beat Vipers home? No one. Everyone was shocked and surprised. So basically, I think KCCA is slowly starting. The season is starting for them, much as they have started on a slow pace. But I see KCCA somehow could finish first round in a better position, not in the relegation zone.
So we are waiting to see Saban. Is there a lot to see that he transpires the team into the winning ways? Let's take a look at the other games to be played today and tomorrow. Airtel Citare is having a game up against NEC. Meanwhile, Maroons is taking on the team of Mbara City, and match day 9 will get climax tomorrow with a game between UPDF and Vipers. Let's get off a break. We'll be back shortly. My name is Zorak Benson Pastore. I am together with one of the female soccer pundits we have in the region, that's Susan.